Just as different soils require different care to yield a fruitful harvest, our visions require nurturing and cultivating to thrive. By tending to the soil of our hearts and our minds through prayer, study, and perseverance, we can ensure that our vision remains resilient and capable of withstanding the trials and the tests that come our way. All right, welcome back. Thank you for joining us today on Today's Man podcast. Those of you that are watching by way of Facebook, YouTube, live recording, thank you for being here. Today, I want to talk about something that encapsulates every man's life, and that's a vision. To have vision, to know what your vision is. The phrase, and this is something that we hear a lot, especially in churches, where there is no vision, the people perish. This is something that originates from the book of Proverbs. This is a timeless wisdom found in Proverbs 29:18, and it underscores the vital importance of having a clear and guiding vision in life. You need to have a clear guiding vision in your life, especially if you're going to be in leadership. When individuals or even communities lack in vision, they're subject to aimless confusion and destruction. Vision in and of itself provides direction. It provides purpose. It provides motivation, guiding people toward a common goal or aspiration. This is a good vision. I know that when I met my wife, I had a vision. She had a vision. We talked about the vision. We talked about our plans. We talked about the direction that we wanted to go in life, whether it was our personal life, our spiritual life, our professional life. We knew where we wanted to go in life. Now, as a man, I couldn't just come into the relationship talking about I had all these goals and dreams, but didn't have a real vision on how to get there, on how to achieve that level of success. She would look at me like, you really don't know where you're going, do you? And a lot of relationships are like that. A lot of men come into relationships and they don't have a vision. How are you going to take your significant other, your wife, your spouse to a level of success and you don't have a vision in place for your own life? You don't know where you're going. You don't have a plan. You have nothing in place. You have no finances. You have no car. You have no place to live. How are you going to be successful, not only in your life, but in success of your relationship? That's something to think about. In a personal context, without a vision in your life, men, you may find yourself drifting through life without a sense of purpose and direction. And there is nothing worse that I feel as a young man or a man that's drifting through life without a purpose or direction. Now, there may come a case in point to where you may need help to make meaningful decisions, feeling unfulfilled and disconnected from your true potential. There are a lot of people in life that can help you be connected to your true potentials. Without a vision to thrive towards, you may become complacent, settling for mediocrity instead of pursuing your passions and your dreams. Now, on the broader scale, the absence of vision within a community, within an organization, within a nation, can have far-reaching consequences. Because without a shared vision, there is a lack of unity and cohesion, leading to discord and stagnation. There's nothing worse than being part of a organization or a ministry or a business or a job, a career, whatever the case may be, that does not have a vision plan in place. They call those the mission statements. That's the first thing you need to sit down and create in your life is a mission statement. What is it that you want to achieve in your life? What is it that you want to accomplish in your life? Progress becomes elusive as conflicting agendas or priorities hinder collective growth and development. I know that with a clear vision, societies may succeed, businesses may succeed, companies may succeed, your family may succeed. Be able to address pressing challenges or adapt to changing circumstances. You can do this with a clear, precise vision. However, when individuals and communities embrace vision, transformational change becomes possible. How do I know this? Because a compelling vision inspires people to work together towards a common purpose, fostering innovation, resilience, and progress. The youth today, I'm sad to say, there isn't any real innovation. There isn't any real resilience. And in some cases, there's not real progress. Now, that's not with all youth, because there are some youth that are out there getting it done. As they say, they are grinding hard and they are making a impression in the sand. They are walking in the concrete and they are leaving a lasting footprint. Now, with vision as a guiding light, you are empowered to overcome obstacles, pursue excellence, and create a brighter future for yourself and others. But ultimately, let me say this, the wisdom of where there is no vision, the people perish reminds us of the transformative power of vision in shaping human destiny. It challenges us to cultivate and pursue meaningful visions in our lives, also in our communities and in the world in which we live, knowing we can overcome adversity and thrive with vision. Now, with that being said, let me share 6 visionary insights of navigating purpose and progress. You ready? The first one is visionary persistence. Keeping your vision alive through perseverance. This comes from Genesis 6:22. And in this particular story, Noah's unwavering commitment to building the ark despite ridicule and doubt. It's a powerful example of visionary persistence. It didn't matter what the people said. He believed in what God showed him. He believed in what God placed in his heart, that vision. For decades, Noah labored diligently and focused on God's vision. Even when others mocked him, when others talked about him, when others ridiculed him, when others turned their backs on him, laughing, his perseverance paid off when the floodwaters came, affirming the importance of staying steadfast in your visions, trusting that God will bring them to fruition in his perfect timing. We might not see it right now. And in some cases, we might not see it in our generation. But if we are persistent in keeping our vision alive, even through perseverance, God will bring it to pass. It will come to fruition. Now, the second one is nurturing your vision, cultivating growth and resilience. Now, this comes from Matthew 13:3-9. Jesus' parable here, it's the parable of the sower, and it illustrates the importance of nurturing our vision amidst various challenges. You're going to have a lot of challenges in your life, especially if you share your vision with people that don't have a vision, people that don't have any get up and go, people that don't have any desire to want to change, you're going to have challenges. Just as different soils require different care to yield a fruitful harvest, our visions, the visions that we have, require nurturing and cultivation to thrive by tending to the soil of our hearts and our minds. How do we do this? Through prayer, through studying, through perseverance. We can ensure that our vision remains resilient, it remains capable of withstanding any types of trials and tribulations and tests that come our way. It's important to be able to nurture the vision to thrive in your life. Now, the third one is visionary leadership, guiding others toward a shared purpose. It's one thing to have purpose yourself, and then it's altogether different when you are guiding others toward a shared purpose. Now, this is going to come from Exodus 3:10 through 12. And as I give you these scriptures, you can write them down and read them later in your study time. This is the story of Moses. Moses exemplified visionary leadership. We all know his story as he guided the Israelites towards the promised land. Despite facing numerous obstacles and setbacks, Moses remained steadfast in his vision, leading the people with courage and conviction. Are you able to continue moving forward, even though you haven't seen the final analysis? You haven't seen the bottom line. You haven't seen where you're going. You just know that God has placed this in your heart. There's a vision that God has given you. And if the people catch on to that vision, oh, it's unstoppable. There is nothing more impressive than when a leader shares his vision or a leader shares her vision and the people catch on to that vision. Oh, that explodes exponentially within their ministry, within their business, within their professional life, within their family life. It just explodes. But they have to catch on to the vision themselves. Moses' ability to inspire, that's key, to inspire and unite others towards a common purpose is a timeless example of visionary leadership. Many people that are in leadership today, they don't need to be in leadership. There are a lot of people that don't have a leadership heart. They don't have a leadership mindset. They don't have a heart for the people. They don't have the pastor's heart in the church realm. They don't have the corporate leadership. They don't have the corporate heart for the people. And in this, Moses, he inspired people. He united people. He wanted them to work together for a common purpose. This is a timeless example of visionary leadership. Look at the people that are leading you. If you're a leader, look at yourself. Do you have visionary leadership? This reminds us of the power of shared vision in achieving collective goals. There is power in the number. There is power in unity, knowing that we can come together and unite our minds, our thoughts, our visions, our dreams, our goals. There is so much power in that. Number 4, the fourth one is visionary faith, trusting in God's provision amidst challenges. Now, this one comes from 1 King 17, 1-16. And this is the story of Elijah. Elijah's experience during the drought at this particular time showcased visionary faith in God's provision. There are going to come times in your life where there are going to be droughts, just dry, nothing happening for days, weeks, months, even years. But within that, you have to show a visionary faith in God's provision. Despite the scarcity of food and water, Elijah trusted God's promise to sustain him. Oh my goodness, right there. We can put a pin in that. We have to trust God's promise to sustain us, even when we cannot see a way out. There is no help coming. There is no provision coming from man, that is. However, but if God promised it, you can rest assured that he is going to sustain you. God provided for Elijah's needs through miraculous interventions, demonstrating the importance of unwavering faith in facing some of the challenges that he went through. Just as God sustained Elijah, we too, we can trust in his provision as we pursue our vision, knowing he is faithful to provide all that we need. Sure, it gets hard. Oh, I understand sacrifice. I understand not knowing where your resources are going to come from. I understand all of that. I've been through that. It's not easy. It's hard. It's difficult. It's trying. It can work on your well being because you want things to work out and it doesn't seem like it's working out. But you have to have faith. Continue to trust God's promises. Now, the fifth one, visionary endurance, persevering through seasons of waiting. What a great segue, where Elijah had to wait on God for him to provide. Here, Habakkuk 2 and 3. Habakkuk's patience, waiting for the fulfillment of God's vision, serves as a model of visionary endurance. I hope you are hearing the different visionary aspects of what I'm talking about. Despite not seeing immediate results, Habakkuk trusted that God's timing was perfect. He waited expectantly. Do you wait expectantly on God? Or are you always in a rush? You don't have the time. You don't have the patience to wait on God's promises. You want to get it done yourself. And that's where we get into trouble because we want to step in and we want to take over where God is supposed to take over. And we do his job. And this is why we get into trouble. This is why we have lack. This is why things don't work out the way we want it to work out because we're overstepping God. Knowing that the vision would surely come to pass, Habakkuk waited expectantly. He was expecting God to be God. You have to expect God to be God. In seasons of waiting, we are called to emulate Habakkuk's patience and perseverance, trusting that God's plans are unfolding according to his design timing. It's his timing, not our timing. I understand you want it right now. No, better yet, we want it yesterday. But God's timing is always on time. He's never late because he's on his own time schedule. He's not like man. God promises you something, trust me, he's going to bring it to pass. Now, the very last one, number 6, visionary impact, leaving a lasting legacy for generations to come. What kind of legacy are you leaving? What kind of legacy are you writing? This comes from 1 Chronicles 28 and 20. This is David's vision for building the temple. And in David's vision for building the temple illustrates the lasting impact of visionary leadership. Though he could not make it himself, hear this, David laid the groundwork and amassed resources for its construction. Even though he couldn't do it himself, David laid the groundwork. You may start something, you may not be able to finish it, but are you laying the groundwork for someone else to come behind you, ensuring that the work can continue? Because here, David was ensuring that his son Solomon would fulfill his vision. There are a lot of people in business that have children, and I'm sure many of them want their children to carry on their legacy in their business. And I know, especially in the church world, pastors that have children, many of them have a lot of children, but there are pastors that would love their children to carry on their legacy in the ministry. Now, there's a case in point that where some kids, that's not their purpose in life. They don't want to be ministers and pastors and preachers and things like that. They want to live their life according to the way they plan their life to live. It's not to say that just because you have children and you are a pastor, that your kids are going to follow in your footsteps. However, those that do follow in your footsteps, are you laying the groundwork for them to fulfill the vision that you have? And in some cases, with that, there are certain people that cannot finish their vision. So they're trying to lay the framework for their children to finish out that vision. Now it's up to those children whether it's going to be successful or not, whether they continue following in the footsteps of their parents, their dad, their mom, whoever is in leadership, or it's just going to go by the wayside. Not everybody is capable of stepping into the leadership role. And that's where other people have to be groomed into that position. Other people outside of the family has to come in that's trustworthy, that has the heart of the leadership, that has the vision locked in, and they can continue that legacy. In this particular story here, First Chronicles, the temple, it stood as a testament to David's vision, impacting generations to come and serving as a center of worship for the nation of Israel. It's amazing because David's legacy reminds us that visionary leadership can leave a lasting impact beyond our lifetime. And I think that is a powerful place to bring this to a close. If you are in leadership, men, women, those of you that are listening, make sure that you are laying the groundwork that will ensure who's ever coming behind you can fulfill your vision, that can carry on your legacy. And I pray that your legacy is rooted and grounded in the Word of God, that God is leading you, that God is guiding you, that God is directing you, and you are obedient to the voice of God. And with that, I look forward to our next time together again. Tell a friend. And as I always say, don't keep it to yourself. Share the wealth. Be blessed.